Welcome, I'm Eric, sales manager here at Pride Solutions at May Wes Manufacturing. And we're going to give a little timeline and give a little history about May Wes. So, May Wes was started in 1972 out in Gibbon, Minnesota by Wesley and Mavis Bruns, where we got the name May Wes to this day. They took May from Mavis, Wes from Wesley, and they came up with May Wes. So they started in 1972. Wesley found a need of the importance of UHMW on equipment. In 1972, he was coming out with door dividers and gravity box folding stompers. Okay. By 1976, he introduced poly skid shoes to grain platforms. He found a need that the metal skid plates needed that UHMW poly for the slickness underneath that head, to prevent bunching up on the ground and without wearing out that metal skid plate out. So in 1976, Mavis came out with the skid shoes. It was only a couple years later, the OEM companies out there were putting UHMW skid shoes on their grain platforms. 1983, we came out with the original stock stomper. May Wes was the first company to introduce stock stompers to the market. With the increase in yields, we found that the corn stock was becoming more and more detrimental to tires. Now, fast forward to the year 2025, we have tires and tracks, and there's a need for investing in protecting tires. Not only that, but tire companies now will not warranty your tire if there's some type of stock welding device in front of that tire. What once was a add-on feature is almost a necessity now today. So, again, in 1983, May Wes came out with the stock stomper. It was the first company to introduce stock stompers to the market. Okay. 1993, poly cutting edge was introduced. We found out people, whether it was cement, asphalt, cobblestone, pavers, you name it, on their expensive driveways. A metal cutting edge would sit there and gore, scratch, and really deteriorate that driveway. Poly cutting edge does not do any type of scratching or gouging. It leaves a surface looking like new. This product line has really blossomed. We've been doing really well. In 1998, we partnered with CNA Pro, and we are making snowmobile skis for snowmobiles and snowmobilers. In 2002, the founder of Pride Solutions, Tom Dagget, had taken over May Wes. And under Pride Solutions, we have May Wes, we have CNA Pro, we have Pride Engineered Plastics, and we have Pride Assembly. 2016, Tom's son Jack was introduced as a new president and owner of Pride Solutions. And Jack was very instrumental in bringing in our first robot assisted CNC lathe, which you had seen out there running. So, in 2018, we introduced another version of our stock stompers, our G4 stock stomper, a compression molded shoe. A little history behind that. One thing about May Wes, we listen to our customers, whether it's a retail customer, end user, or a dealer. When they find a need, we come up with a resolution. When there's a problem, we try to find a fix for that problem. Corn heads are becoming heavy with chopping corn heads, and we needed to find a way to lighten up the stock stompers. Okay, what happened on the weight of that corn head, you'd start getting a lot of bouncing back and forth. We put our heads together, and we're like, we make snowmobile skis. They endure the harsh winters, the roughest, toughest elements out there, and they stand up without deteriorating. We came up with the idea of creating stock stompers of the same material we make our snowmobile skis out of. In 2018, we received Best Game-Changing Product in this class. I'm very proud of that. And then in 2022, we added on to our facility and basically doubled the size of the facility.